We are
Hello.
live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday night, which means we will be discussing our 5 shows with adding in a new one and deleting an old one because we gave up on Van Helsing. Tonight, just so you are aware, we will be discussing Lethal Weapon Frequency, which is our new show of the week, Designated Survivor, MacGyver, and Aftermath. And so y'all know that means there are spoilers ahead.
Spoilers. One day we'll have like music and stuff. We'll be properly animated.
We'll get this all worked out where we, have like an animated boat headed towards an iceberg that says like spoilers. That would be
Spoilers.
like if I had artistic talent, I would literally draw that on a piece of paper for us, but I don't. My talents lay in the writing.
My artistic talent is severely limited.
I feel that. All right. So, what do we want to start with this week?
How about we just go on the list in the order that you said?
All right. So that would be on my little list here is Lethal Weapon is up first. And I was highly confused by the fact that Riggs was able to get away with smoking pot on duty. And then he went and saw, what's her name from the Fast and the Furious movies, and get signed out. Oh, we won't test you for 90 days.
Dude, he's gonna be smoking so much pot. He's gonna be smoking so much pot.
He really is. He's gonna be so high. It's gonna be hilarious. I hope they like kind of show that in the next couple episodes. Just kind of play off that point. It would be hilarious.
It would also tell us how fast their timeline is going because, like,
yes,
if 90 days is done in 3 episodes, then we know that they're going pretty fast.
Yeah, like a month per episode. Because we know from the first episode to the second episode, we had a span of time because both Riggs and Murtaugh were off on injury.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally having sympathy pains for you over here, sweetheart.
Who thought that sinuses would be a good idea? I want to go back in time and kick them really hard.
Right? I feel that. The cat is yelling at me now. Slippy! Okay, baby. But yeah, that's gonna be amusing. I really, really hope that wasn't just like a one-off joke. Oh yeah, I can get you a form. Just sign here. You're good for 90 days, and we never hear anything of it again. I really, really want. Sorry, I'm being attacked by the cat now. I really want to see more of that because it would just be amusing in general. Because obviously Murtaugh is like, oh, I can't believe you did that, and Riggs is just like, ha, this is awesome.
Well, when he was watching the TV and he was smoking out, that was a huge ass joint that he was smoking on.
Yeah, it was. Oh my gosh.
So like, if he had a free reign, he'd be smoking like stogies.
Seriously,
Like this long. But I don't know, like look, my note for that actually just says pot dudes.
Mine literally, it said, I didn't know cops could get signed out of drug testing for 90 days. Good to know.
It makes sense though, because like
they do have to deal with that kind of situation.
Yeah, standing around at that party doing their job,
and people were smoking, and yeah,
so bliss.
And just, I know, it was hilarious. Oh, it's true though. Just being in the vicinity of somebody smoking pot, it does get into your system. It might not affect you like somebody who's straight up smoking it, but it gets into your hair and your, because that's like how they test you for pot. They pull your hair.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know these things. Research for my book.
Oh my gosh, but I bet you those 2 guys that got killed were not super hard to kill.
No, and I was not expecting that. that was like, whoa.
I know, like it went from like haha pot story to like, oh my god, beheadings.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, wait, where'd the oh my god, there's two heads.
Like on that statue.
Right? That was just like, there we go. And then there was a head there, yeah. And it's, I don't know.
I wonder if their gang cop buddy is gonna come back, because that was fun.
Yeah, he kind of seemed to stick around for the rest of the episode. I noticed that. Like they said, "Oh, do you want to come help us out for a little while?" And then for the rest of the episode, they kept showing him. So I kind of wonder if
Like
he's
he was
going to
just
become.
there.
Yeah, like I wonder if he's going to stay with their homicide, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Robbery and homicide. I think that's like the same because that
Yeah,
was a
because
robbery initially.
yeah, because they're probably, now that they've established that there's turf wars going on, they're probably going to come back to the gang thing at least once more.
Yeah, so I kind of hope this kid who got away from that life and turned himself around comes back because that was an interesting character.
Yeah, and he was so like bitter and snarky.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was great, and it was also fun because it gave the two of them a reason.
Hold on one moment. Hold on one moment. One moment.
One.
Very funny. I just have to be blacked out for a second.
Oh man.
I just changed angles. I changed angles, Lydia, so you can walk by without me having to do that again. Okay. This is an uncomfortable angle, but it will do for now. Yeah, I really do hope we get to see that character again. It's very, very fun, interesting, well-developed character for just one episode.
I like that they have other cops around. Like,
yeah,
there's that girl that's Murtaugh's protege, is how he introduced her.
Yeah, I did like that. It's like in the movies, it was literally just Riggs, Murtaugh, and their boss.
Yeah.
We're at and well, obviously Murtaugh's family, but here in the show we have Riggs, Murtaugh, the boss, the psychiatrist, and then other cops.
Riggs and the psychiatrist are totally gonna wind up making out, and then he's gonna feel really bad about it.
I'm calling it right now. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I will be shocked if it doesn't.
They're totally gonna make out because he brought her back a whole sandwich when he owed her half a sandwich, even though he didn't really owe her any sandwich because she offered it to him.
Right. Yeah. What threw me through a loop was when they caught the bad guy, and Riggs just laughs off getting electrocuted. The guy gets cattle prodded, and he's just laying there laughing, and I'm like, that's not funny. That's painful.
But then it's like super painful because it's meant for a much larger creature than like a slightly stoned dude.
Right.
But like also it totally gave them exactly the evidence they needed to take the guy down.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yeah, haha, we've got you now.
Which was
it was like, did you do this on purpose or did you just not know what was going on?
And then the cop, the boss, he was like, he took a cattle prod for you? I wouldn't do that. And he's like, no, you wouldn't.
I know, the boss is just like, I'm sorry, nope, nope.
Yeah. I feel so bad for their boss. He's gonna have so many ulcers.
Seriously, he is. It's funny, like, if I remember correctly, in the 3 movies, they had a different boss in every movie.
Yeah.
Because I want to say, like, in the first movie, they had a male boss who was, like, a white guy. And then the second movie, it was a black guy. And then the third movie, it was a woman.
I don't even really remember any of their bosses.
Yeah, I need to rewatch the movies.
I just watched them like 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember who their boss was because it doesn't matter. Like, just the two of them, and then it was the two of them and Rene Russo.
Yeah, and Danny DeVito. We can't forget Danny DeVito.
No, it was the other one, not Danny DeVito.
Oh, who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Who was it?
Joe Pesci?
Joe Pesci. Yes, you're right. I think
The other short Italian guy.
the other short Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm looking because I really feel like it was, but I feel stupid. Well, there we go. No, I want the TV, the movies. Oh, there was a fourth lethal weapon. How did I not see that? I don't know.
Yeah, but honestly,
Yeah,
I
Joe
don't
Pesci.
remember
You were
what
right.
happened.
Joe Pesci. Yeah, there
I
was.
don't remember what happened in the fourth one because we didn't watch that one 2 weeks ago. We just watched the other three.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what was the fourth one about? I think that's where Riggs has his kid finally, where him and Rene Russo have their kid. Was it Thor?
I was wondering what happened to their dog. Like in the second movie, when they shoot up his trailer, they make a point that the dog got out, and then in the third movie, he gets a different dog, and there's no mention of his previous dog.
Yeah, maybe it died of old age. I don't know.
Poor dog. Shut up!
I'm still like weirded out by Murtaugh and his wife's relationship. Like I can't tell half the time if she's like mad at him or if she's just being a silly woman, you know? Like I love the whole when they went out to for their date night after he was up all night working this case and he's like, no, we're still going on date night. And I love that. Because after he talked to his former partner, and he's like, my wife died 6 months ago, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, we have to do date night because I don't want to waste our life together with work and all this stuff. And then he's got these little cards in his little speech, and he's just failing at it miserably. And I'm like, oh, Murtaugh. You're fine.
I know. Like, I can't believe he wrote a speech and put it on prompt cards. Like, what a nerd.
I know. Barbara's threatening to throw things against the wall over here. But yeah, I don't know. I love their relationship, but at the same time, it weirds me out because like sometimes she's like, "Oh, I love you so much," and then it's like, "Oh, well, you can't do this because we have so much to lose," and it's like, woman, make up your mind.
I know. We still know very little about her. Although we do know how they met now.
Yeah, and I loved it. That was so cute. I pulled her over. Best ticket ever. And then she kicked his ass in traffic court.
She was speeding.
Yeah.
And then she was speeding again.
Right, and he pulls her over again, and I'm like, and then he gets burgers. Just burgers and fries. And it's so simple, but so sweet at the same time. And I just loved it.
They're just like sitting on the hood like teenagers. It was so cute.
It was. It's like, that's why I said I have issues with her because it's like, I will admit it though. I loved the line when he's like, I have to go at the restaurant. And he goes, I'll call you. I think he said he would call her a cab or something. And she's like, oh no, I have a bottle of wine and a babysitter.
Yeah. She's like, I'm staying right here.
Mm-hmm. So I guess like they're trying.
The whole thing was that they hadn't done much because they had the baby. And the baby is several months
and
old.
He had his heart attack. Yeah, and he had his heart attack.
So she would want her time off. Like, why waste that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, and then I'm like, I love just in 3 episodes how much Murtaugh and Riggs's relationship has developed. It's like Next time we'll do my plan. And he's like, yeah, next time we'll do your plan. My plan worked.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
My plan worked. We're alive.
They're gonna be like a new version of a classic perfect romance, though. Like,
Yeah,
they're doing it really well.
they are. They're pulling that off very well. And I like it a lot. And it makes me happy. When I'm watching that show, I'm literally just happy. That's how happy I am. I'm like, I like this
Like,
show. Fox, don't fail me. I'm begging you.
even with like Riggs's crushing depression, it is remarkably upbeat
Fun.
and charming.
Yeah. I mean, you have your sad moments, like when they first went into the spot guys' houses, and he thinks he sees his wife, and you're just like, oh, you know it's not her, and you don't want him to go after her and see it's not her, and it's just like, I'm already attached to the characters. Kill me.
Like, it's especially Riggs. Like, he's so broken, and I'm loving every second of it, and that makes me feel like a bad person.
I know. I love every broken moment of him, and it's horrible. I'm sorry, but I like my broken boys.
Whoever this dude is that they found to play him is doing
Oh my
such a
god,
good
I know.
job.
Like, what did he do before this? That's what I want to know.
Like, literally nothing I've seen.
Yeah. There we go. Clayne Crawford is his name.
This is like the most southern name I've ever heard in my life.
Seriously. All right, here we go. Clayne Crawford. What have you done, Clayne? Oh, he was in A Walk to Remember. That's like the only thing on his list I've seen.
That was like 80 years ago.
All right. Oh, apparently he played a character on NCIS New Orleans.
Like, more than once? I've only seen the first...
Like 3 times. He played the same character.
I've only seen the first couple episodes of that show.
Yeah. Something called The Glade. Apparently he was on like the entire series, which was one season. Oh, he was on 24. He played Kevin Wade on 24. Played multiple characters on CSI. Oh. Well, I have seen him before. He was on Jericho. He played
Which was
Mitchell.
Also a long time ago.
Yeah, he played Mitchell Cafferty. I don't remember that character, so they must not have been that important. Sorry, dude. You're awesome now.
A couple episodes of that show too.
Yeah, I own it on DVD, but I watch it on Netflix when I want to watch it because why ruin my DVDs?
I procured it at one point, but I never saw most of it.
It is actually a really good show. I actually did like it a lot. And then, of course, like I was saying, you have Riggs and Murtaugh's relationship and like how much it's already built up in just 3 episodes. And it's like Murtaugh tries to pretend like he doesn't care that his partner is this broken and devastated, but you can tell he does.
He totally does. Yeah. He's just a cranky dude.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't want to care that much.
I'm kind of hoping eventually we get to hear from like what we've heard so coming out of like the former 12 Monkeys cast. I hope we eventually. I guess I have to take a drink because it's too soon for the 12 Monkeys talk.
It's too soon. We haven't brought that up officially yet.
We plan on it. We haven't gotten there yet. Barbara was reminding us about our exciting news. Oh yeah, we went into the grocery store today, and These Arms of Mine started playing on the radio, and I was just like, and I was walking through the store singing along like a dork.
And when the first season was just ending, I was like drowning in feels after the show one night, and I couldn't sleep for hours. So I turned on the radio, and it played that song, and I'm like, this is unfair.
It doesn't help. That doesn't help.
And then I was just like, whoa.
But yeah, okay, back on Lethal Weapon. Yeah, but I'm loving the way they're building up the relationships. And like I was saying, I'm hoping we get to hear from like Danny Glover at least, because nobody really cares what Mel Gibson's opinion is anymore. No offense, Mel. You just went nuts.
Sorry, dude, you wasted all your cred.
Right? I really hope we get to hear from at least Danny Glover and like what he thinks of the show. Because I mean, come on, he did 4 movies in this series. He deserves to have words about the show.
I think that it's faithful without copying, so hopefully he would like it.
Yeah. Like the last thing I saw Danny Glover in was actually Criminal Minds. He played Shamar Moore's daddy. What, Barbara? I thought Barbara said something. Why am I typing Criminal Minds? That's not what I was looking for. I'm like, I want to see what Danny Glover has been doing these days. Internet Movie Database. There we go. Last thing oh wow, he's in a bunch of movies coming out in the next couple of years.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him myself in like hardly anything in friggin' ever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of movies. He's going to be in Death Race 4.
There was a Death Race 3?
I guess. Some Christmas movie. Some short ninja movie. I don't know. 2 short ninja movies. They're all like, yeah, announced and in production or pre-production right now for late 2016, 2017.
Already late 2016.
So I'm wondering if it's just like a bunch of like guest spot type roles.
Maybe. I mean, he's big enough that he can do whatever he wants at this point.
Yeah, basically, right? But I really do hope we get to hear at least from Danny Glover. You know, if Mel Gibson wants to chime in, he can, but
as long as he's being nice.
Yeah, as long as he's not being crazy.
Or abusive.
No, not chiming in on our show. We're talking about chiming in on the Lethal Weapon TV show. So it's like their thoughts on it. That's what we want, because we've heard from both Madeline Stowe and Bruce Willis that they like the 12 Monkeys show. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think any of them are going to pay us any mind.
I don't think they're going to notice this show. But what was it? There's another. Crap, I can't remember what it is now. But there's another show that used to be a movie that's working now, and it's like, if they're going to keep making shows that are good, that are adaptations of movies, then just everybody chime in. Whoever was in the movie, tell me what you think about the show.
We'd love to know what you think of your remakes, basically, that have been remade into shows instead of remaking a movie.
And if they like them, if they have something good to say, that lends really nice cred.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, speaking of TV shows that are coming from movies, we can move on now to Frequency, which I actually, as you saw in Twitter chat, I was a little leery at the beginning because I wasn't actually a huge fan of the movie. I have seen the movie. I just was like, about the movie. It didn't stick with me. It's not something I watched more than once, blah, blah, blah. But
same thing. I've seen the movie, but aside from the fact that it was Jim Caviezel before I cared about him, like, it doesn't...
See, I didn't even know it was Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, before he was on Person of Interest, which is when I finally cared about him.
Right. But I really was intrigued from the get-go because, well, not like right off the bat, because like I was like maybe 15 minutes in when I said I'm like not too sure about this, because I wasn't sure about her. I really have issues with switching genders from already established characters. And I know that's bad of me to say, because obviously we have awesome Emily Hampshire taking on Brad Pitt's role in 12 Monkeys, and she owns it. She owns it. And so I was leery, but I after I got past that first, like, it was rocky. The first 15 minutes were rocky and like weird. Like I wasn't sure what was going on. And then the storyline picked up and I was like, oh, okay, I can dig this. And by the end of the episode, I was like, I'm in.
Thing right off the bat before we even knew who we were talking to, where they were like, here's the trauma 72 hours earlier.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think threw me, is because they did this, that, oh, well, this, I'm talking to my dead dad. I'm all filthy. And I'm like, well, what happened to you? Why are you filthy and wet? Okay, I'm confused. And then they spun out the story, and I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Early on, but I'm a sucker for time travel. Like,
right.
Even stupid ones, it would have to be really bad for me not to like it.
Yeah. I'm like all just looking off
Speaking of
stupid time travel that I will never watch.
stupid time travel you will never watch, on Frequency, there's a British fiance who disappears.
Yeah.
Timeless, there's a British fiance who appears.
Oh, like, so that's where he went, huh?
It's a different actor, but I'm totally gonna just assume that that's what happened. Like, they were both messing with time, and he switched fiancés without realizing it.
Yeah, I was really interested in the fact that, you know, in the movie, the original Jim Caviezel, did not manage to save his father from, I want to say, the fire. Weren't they firemen?
He was a fireman. I don't know. I like him better as a cop.
Yeah, I do too. Now I want to look that up. I should look this stuff up before the show, but it's more fun having me Googling shit.
You should get one of those Amazon talk to the internet things, and then you can just we can make it another host who can tell us facts.
Yes, that would be awesome. All right, let's see here.
And our robot host, Alexa.
Yes, it is. He was a firefighter. Dennis Quaid's character was a firefighter, and he dies in a fire in the movie, where his son tries to save him, and unfortunately his son failed in the movie. But I'm guessing they couldn't kind of have her fail in the show, because then there'd be no show.
But man, this is like, everything changed. They didn't even mess around with that whole temporal prime directive idea. She was just like, no, you're gonna die. You need to get on this shit.
You can't die. You can't die. I'm gonna save you. And she did. And I was like, I thought he was gonna get away, and then they had him cornered, and then they showed the little flashback of him hiding the gun later, and I'm like, oh, okay.
And then
it was actually really,
radio is getting all dim.
Like, oh, he's died, and then he didn't die, and she gets all the memories of that he survived. But why didn't she, until somebody told her, remember that her mother had died? That confused me, because if she got all the memories that her father survived until 4 years ago in a car accident, why didn't she remember that her mother disappeared shortly after her father was shot? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a little strange.
That was a little weird.
She had to be confronted with how the past had changed before she remembered everything, because she's remembering both timelines equally now.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, now she's basically her dad's partner while they try to solve this crime from both sides of time.
Right. And so she's going to help him figure out.
Yeah. And every time they change time, she's going to remember the new timeline, maybe? How many timelines can she hold in her head?
Right, because I was wondering, is that going to cause mental issues eventually? I'm sure we're going to have time travel and mental asylums go hand in hand, because once you start traveling through time, your character ends up in a mental institution at some point. Sure, at some point, somebody is going to lock this poor girl up.
But, like, also, I hope that when they're solving the case of this murderer, they figure out why he stopped murdering
20 years ago,
but didn't in the new one. Because unless her dad is the murderer, which I doubt they would do that.
No, that would be a twist, though. I wonder if with
it wouldn't still be active if her dad had died 4 days ago, though. 4 years ago.
Well, if her dad died in the accident, the crime, they would still be investigating it because they didn't know he was the murderer.
Yeah, but not like 4 years later as an active right now case.
Oh, that's
With
true. I didn't think about
with the
that.
murder
Yeah.
board and the whole.
What, sweetie? The cat.
Oh my god,
No,
my
there's
face.
coyotes in the front yard and they will eat you.
And they will eat you.
They will. And also she lost her fiance when she saved her dad. So having her dad around, but you know, losing her mom to the murderer instead of that nurse that worked with her mom, changed it that her fiance never had the car accident. I guess had the car accident, but since her mom wasn't there to treat him, she never met him.
Yeah.
So that was definitely interesting, and I felt so bad for her. But then she figured, oh, mom's dead, so now I got to save mom because she's like, mom's still alive.
Figure out how to build a ideal timeline,
right? Where both of her parents survive, and you know, catch this murderer. Yeah, but it's like, no matter what you do, if you think about it, it seems like in this universe, if you save one person, you lose another. So if she saves her mom, who's gonna die instead? You know?
Yeah, because they said that her mom went missing 11 weeks after her dad didn't die.
Yeah.
So she'll have like 11 episodes if they go one a week to figure that out.
Like, oh, wait, this person died this week. I gotta save them next week. See you then.
Right?
That might get a little annoying. I hope kind of like that this is the first season, kind of her trying to solve the case from the past to save her mother before her mother dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that last scene where she found out that her mom had died and still active and all this stuff, that was like seriously blowing out that plot. Like that's where it went.
This is our plot for this season. We get to find a murderer through time. Because it is really wonder is, well, okay, in the original timeline where her dad died, he killed the nurse friend. Mm-hmm. And then the murderer, because it could be a woman too, we don't know. Actually, it is a man. We do see him in the elevator. We don't know why he stopped after the nurse in the original timeline and why he kept going after her mother in the new timeline. Exactly. And you know, we also know it can't be her dad because her dad was laid up in a hospital bed full of gunshots when the murderer saw the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like all sorts of twisty mystery, and like it's barely started.
Right? I'm interested. You got me.
It's true. It bodes really well for the series.
Yeah, it does bode well. I don't know why I'm typing random stuff. It does bode well. I will definitely turn in next week. It actually intrigued me more than Van Helsing.
Van Helsing was trying to be artistic and did not do a very good job of actually telling a story.
No, it didn't. It was painful, and I was not happy with it. So that's why we're not watching it anymore. Or I'm not. I don't know if you still are.
I don't know. I'll probably catch up at some point, but I haven't seen the 3rd episode yet, and I'm not really all that.
Yeah, I struggled so hard to get through everything this week, so I was kind of glad I didn't have to deal with Van Helsing.
One of the guys I talked to. One of the guys I talked to said that the 3rd episode was just the same events again from a different point of view.
Okay, I'm glad I gave it up because that sounds stupid as hell.
Is the whole series just going to be the same 12 hours or whatever from different points of view?
Right? Basically. All right. So now we are done with frequency, which I liked.
Oh,
I
one
will
more
be
thing
watching it
about
again. Yes. Go ahead.
one more thing about frequency. Her her British fiance is gone, but her
Uh-huh.
best friend and had a wedding band on, so I'm
I
hoping
saw
that
that.
she's married to him.
That would be interesting. Then she doesn't even realize it yet. This point.
She doesn't, and she doesn't even know it because the difference between a husband and a best friend is not a lot until you get into
No,
the
it's
room where
not.
you both live.
Right? Like, what are you doing here? I live here.
This is my bed.
Right? All right. Yeah, but no, I did notice that, and I actually was going to mention it, but you got it first, and I forgot about it, so you're good. Um, yeah. And actually, it was really interesting because when she ran into the garage, he was standing off to the side of the garage, like towards the other house. And then
Hmm.
when she came back out after she, realized Dad's still alive, he was coming from the direction of her house. He had completely changed positions in that amount of time.
As time changed.
Uh-huh. I was just like thinking about that scene in my head, and yeah.
If they're really smart with their writing, which it seems like they have the potential to be,
Mm-hmm.
if they're really smart, there'll be lots of stuff like that. Like things that she wouldn't even have thought to look at will be different
Right.
now.
I'm hoping. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that the CW doesn't fail us on this show. I need smart. I need smart time travel sci-fi.
While we're biding our time, waiting for our other smart time travel.
Are very smart sci-fi. Which do we want to announce it now or save it for the end of the show?
Well, we're already talking about it. Let's just talk about it.
All right, so yeah, 2 days ago we got our 12 Monkeys, our first official 12 Monkeys season 3 preview.
Woo!
And I've
It
already
shows you
passed
for almost nothing.
I know it shows nothing except that 2046 is a horror. 2020 whatever it is, 46 is horrible, and there's nobody alive but the 12 monkeys, and there's babies crying at the end, and I had chills, and I literally have sat there with my eyes closed and listened to what everyone is saying, and not all of it is from season 2 because people are saying, oh, it's just lines from season 2, and I'm like, no, there is stuff here that is not from season 2. Because believe me, I've watched
There's
enough
new
of season
stuff,
2. There is new stuff in there.
and there's
Yeah, and you need to sit there with your eyes closed and headphones on.
Titan looks about twice as big, at least, as what they
Yeah.
saw when they went to it.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if
And
all of Titan doesn't travel. It's just a certain section of it.
yeah, like it's a whole city and only parts of it
Yeah,
travel.
but only that one
Or
little
like
part can travel.
all the stuff around it was reminding me of that movie Oblivion with
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like there was another apocalypse because
Yeah,
people just dying off wouldn't have
the
wiped out.
devastational level of what we saw in. I mean, yes, um, buildings like stuff we've built would fall and crumble over time without constant upkeep from us, but
But they'd be
where
taken
would all
over
the
by like
vegetation?
plants. Or
Yeah,
they
where would
were
the vegetation?
drowned in black sand.
Yeah,
It looks like another apocalypse happened to me.
I'm here.
Like maybe Titan is an arc to keep humanity alive.
Right, maybe.
We're supposed to find out what's behind the witness and what's worse than the witness.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh! And of course, we find out why the striking lady Olivia has Sam. We don't want to forget that because
I want him I want him so bad to be the opposite force to the witness. Like if you're gonna have an evil god, you need a good god.
Mm-hmm.
God, you need an opposite gray god.
Yeah. What?
And she knows exactly what the witness is about, or at least close
Mm.
enough to exactly. And she could totally raise up some time lost kid to what she knows.
There you go. Bye, kitty.
I'm going where you don't want me to.
Right? I wanted her to stay here with me, but she don't want me. She don't love me anymore. She
What a
loves only
bum.
Barbara now.
Oh, get on my face.
Oh. I wish I could like throw my ibuprofens at you through the screen because they help a lot.
I've been taking a leave, which is usually what I take for pain, but the leave does not seem to be doing anything.
Yeah. Because there's swelling, you need to take something that'll help with the swelling. The ibuprofen will help with that.
Well, I have sinus cold medicine that helps for a little while, but it's like one of those every 4 hour medicines, but it starts wearing off after like 2 hours.
I got you on that. Yeah. Okay. So are we? But yeah, we've got a new preview. People, if you have not watched it yet, it is up on YouTube. I highly recommend watching it for the visual first. Then get out a set of headphones, earbuds, whatever you have. Close your eyes and listen to it through your headphones and push play. And there is a lot more given than you think there is until you sit there and listen to it.
I'm fully
That's my opinion.
I'm fully expecting to watch the whole season and then go back and watch the preview and find out that it was literally all laid out and we just didn't know what
Yes.
we were looking at.
That I am fully expecting that myself because it makes sense.
But that's how they run this show.
But that is how they roll.
That's their jam.
That's their jam. All right, so Designated Survivor. Hey, we're moving right along. We've only got one more show after. No, two more shows after this. Season Aftermath is like 6 pages down. I don't know why. Okay. Designated Survivor, the White House, the unhackable White House was hacked.
Got hacked.
Yeah, and they're supposed to be like literally the no-fly zone. Nobody should be able to do it. So I'm kind of feeling inside job now.
Well, it's like super suspicious. It's like they said, like nothing else was touched, nothing else was looked at, no other files were breached. They just left that
sent
video.
Yeah, that's suspicious, especially since they were pushing so hard for us to say, "Oh, it's this terrorist group." At the
hey, look.
So of them claiming it was them, and I'm just like.
But there was just the one guy on a generic backdrop. Like they verified his identity, but
Yeah.
can you really trust that he's still involved with this one group and not branched off to?
Captured, and he's in Guantanamo. I can say this stuff.
Or like,
and tortured into claiming that they did this. Yeah, there's no way to prove that he actually did this without being under duress.
Exactly.
Which is why I love Kirkman, because he's like, no, I want more proof that it was them.
It's like super weird. We're gonna have to figure this out.
I am not going to just bomb these people because this video says they did it, because there are still innocent people over there, and I love Kirkman for that. I really do.
And the FBI guy, he won back his points from me because Kirkman's like, is there any doubt at all? And he goes, well, Maggie Q says.
Yeah. That made me happy because I'm like, yes, listen to Nikita. Nikita knows
what she's talking about.
Right?
Because he had just sort of like ignored her concerns in the second episode, and it was nice to see that he actually did take them into consideration.
Yeah, listening to what she has to say, and then he tries to call her on having that guy hack the lady's cloud. And then and then he's like, I know you did bad, but good move, you know?
Yeah, like
Really good move, because look at what they discovered.
mysterious. What is going on with that guy?
Yeah, our
Who-
survivor is the survivor. So how the hell did he plant himself in the bomb site without being seen?
Like he was there and then he was gone 6 seconds later, and then like
Yeah.
what, 15 seconds after that is when the bomb went off.
It was a very short amount of time. It was not even
The
15
entire
seconds between when the footage stopped and when the bomb exploded.
yeah, like not there between one picture and the next. Did he like drop through a trap
The
door or
trap
something?
door, yeah. Right? I don't know. I honestly was like, I wasn't interested in the show, but I'm really glad my mom talked me into watching it because it's like, oh my god, it's making me think what's going on. Oh my god.
I know.
Okay.
And there was 3 survivors in 3 episodes, because there was Kirkman, and then there was Kimball the traitor, and then there was this guy pulled out of the rubble.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's gonna be more survivors.
Right. Yeah. There's just the one survivor out of thousands upon thousands of people who were blown up. It just seems unlikely that there was only one survivor, you know?
Yeah. Which means he was a plant, or there's other people they haven't found yet.
Yeah. I
Both,
know she is.
really.
I hear her. I hear fire trucks. Our cat's going nuts. Well, what is she doing? Because I can't see her. I can just hear her. Hold on. Live, yeah, earthquake live. Cat's acting nuts, and this cat is not like this. Turks, Mima.
Well, if it
Yeah,
starts
it's cool.
quaking,
The weather's if it starts quaking and you see me dive under the table, you know, because this is the
just leave
safest table.
it. Just leave it playing, and we'll excuse you not talking about the show.
Right? Because yeah, I'll just leave it playing so everyone can see everything going like this.
Ow.
Yeah. Okay. I guess back to designated survivor. Now that we've determined that we're not going to have an earthquake right this second.
Oh my goodness! Like, I was so disappointed in Kimball because like she showed up and it was pretty obvious she was going to be a traitor. But then when she was a traitor, I was like, oh, I wanted you to be good.
I know. I
Like,
was like kind of
Kirkman
hopeful
needs
that she
somebody on
wouldn't
his
be a
side.
total like douche noodle hose, but yeah.
I've never lied to you. I will never lie to you. Like,
And then she lied.
yeah, but you're
And
still
I'm like,
being a
oh.
scumbag.
I was like, you. Yeah. I was not happy with that. That really upset me. I was like, oh, yay, a semi decent character. She's not going to be the typical atypical. Oh, wait, never mind. She is. That
Oh,
pissed me
right.
off. But, he has to have contention. It wouldn't be interesting if everybody agreed with him.
Well, like nobody. That's what I'm saying. He needs somebody on his side.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah. Well, the
actually
one
on
guy
his
is
side.
kind of seems. Yeah, Seth seems to be kind of warming up to him.
I think he should have made Seth his chief of staff. Maybe he still
That would have been
can.
awesome. But maybe exactly, because the one chick, she did say chiefs of staff can be changed all the time.
Yeah, and like her and yet another
Aaron.
political Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Weenie
What is it?
politicians named Aaron.
Right? Why? Why do we always have to have a politician named Aaron or somebody involved in politics named Aaron?
And
Hi,
why do they always
Susie.
gotta be a weenie?
Right? Speaking of
What
him,
about
I don't
all
like him.
good actual people named Aaron?
Right? I don't like the chief of staff guy, Aaron. That is literally what I wrote. I don't like him.
I don't like him either. Like he's too.
He's pretentious, and it's like he's obviously
He's
he's
self-serving.
not. Yeah, exactly. He's not there to help Kirkman at all. He's there to further his own career. Where
Yeah,
I
like
think
they
the
need to
girl,
win him over, or they need to reveal that he's awful because this
yeah, like
waffling.
he's on the side of whoever the terrorists are or something.
Like who is that? Who is that person who gave him that file? What was that about?
Yeah, exactly. Like why does he have to have this file on Kirkman? Why are you doing this? I'm watching it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
I just like feel bad. You're just sitting here pressing your face. But the wife not telling Kirkman about the son's drugs. I get why she didn't tell him, but at the same time I feel like he should know because it's gonna come out. There is no way they're gonna keep that under
Going.
wraps.
If nothing else, then because like those creeps that he was hanging out with are gonna blab.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody somewhere is gonna say something, and it's gonna get out there. And oh, Kirkman's son is a drug dealer. Oh, you want him as our president? No.
He was fired, and now his son's a drug dealer.
Exactly. And I feel like she should have told Kirkman, but it's like at the same
Yeah,
time, it was like I know she wanted to have that happy family dinner.
tell him in the morning or something because he needs to have the warning so that they can have a speech or a statement or something for when that shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
And run interference rather than just reacting and getting broadsided like with the lady and the thing about being fired.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be bad. That's gonna be very bad when it all comes out, especially for Kirkman in general. And then already there's people who doubt that he should even be the president because the president fired you, asked you to move positions, whatever it was.
With
And
the previous president's funeral, that was a lot of playing and annoyance.
yeah, because it was like, oh yeah, you can speak at the funeral, and then they have that secretary or whatever she was. I know she's not a secretary, senator, go up there and speak instead, and it's like, and then we find out, oh, the son and father haven't even spoken in 2 years, and it's like,
Which he failed to notice.
yeah,
Which no
yeah, why
anybody.
wasn't this right? Why wasn't this put out before the funeral so they were prepared for this kind of backstabbing bullshit?
I really hope that dealing with all these backstabbers doesn't ruin his niceness.
Yeah, because he's such a sweet guy, and come here, trying to catch the cat. Nope, no earthquake. I'm not diving under the table, not yet. But
What makes him
yeah,
what makes him a good person and what makes him not horrible is that he wants to be good.
yeah.
My face.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he wants to be a good guy, and unfortunately, like in politics, it is really hard to stay unbiased. You have to pick one side or the other when it comes to politics, and it really sucks.
But like maybe he can pick good sides without losing that
Yeah,
heart that he has.
we could hope.
Because if it's just going to be the story of how this good person gets turned into a scumbag, then I don't want to watch it. Like, that's not going to be
Right.
interesting.
Right, same. I want to see this show be, the good guy triumphs over the evil that's trying to corrupt him type show. But I would be willing to let him go down like a little bit of a dark path for a little while and then realize what he's doing and be like, no, I'm better than this.
Yeah, because like so far he hasn't even elected any Congress members or anything, like
Cabinet members, yeah.
cabinet, whatever the people he's in charge of
Judges,
assigning.
yeah, things like
Done
that.
any of that yet?
No. There is no government, basically. He's it right now.
Yeah. So while they're figuring that out, things can get dark and things can get creepy and things get scary and he can like get pushed around and whatever. In them, he should be able to pick good people.
Yeah.
Who are on his side of his mindset. Be awesome.
It would be awesome, and I'm holding out for him to stay good and not get corrupted by the politics. Because all he wanted to do was help people. He even said that in the show. All I wanted to do was help people.
He had like no intention of ever being near the presidency.
Right.
And then, oh, by the way,
yeah,
you're the survivor.
Oh, you're the designated survivor. You're the president now. Bye.
Would have been obliterated otherwise. He would have been blown up with the rest.
Right? Okay. Anything else we want to discuss about designated survivor?
Less going on in this one than there was in the previous two.
Yeah, so I think we've covered like things that really stood out to me, like the survivor wasn't actually. I'm confused by that because like technically, I guess he would be a survivor because how would he have gotten in there and hidden himself in the exploded building? But maybe he was somewhere in the building where he knew the bomb wouldn't hurt him. He just had to hope to survive the falling debris.
Yeah, maybe he's not the only one, but he's the one who actually lived.
Yeah.
Because like if he's part of a plot, they can't hang it all on one guy who might get blown up or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can't.
They would want to ensure that somebody to support their story had actually
been there. Yeah, but he wasn't. It's like that's confusing because was he there? Because like you see the one picture, he's there, and then literally a second later, he's gone.
Like, where did he go?
Like a hologram or what? I mean, this is the Flash, we can't use holograms to pretend we're superheroes.
One of those speed mirages where you're just moving really fast back and forth.
Time remnant. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that basically covers everything we wanted to talk about on Designated Survivor, at least everything I wanted to talk about. And you said you pretty much covered everything there too?
I think so.
All right. So
it's funny that we're talking about it when it's basically airing over here.
I know it's airing right now. No, it's not on.
No, it airs tomorrow.
Yeah, it airs tomorrow. I didn't say it's only Tuesday.
Yeah, I forgot. Last week we did it on Wednesday.
Yeah, but okay. So MacGyver.
MacGyver.
This episode in general, I don't know if it was just because I've been so stressed and distracted this week. This episode just confused me because I wasn't exactly sure. Yeah. Why were they after this?
Like
the annoying guy? Why were people trying to kill the annoying guy? Because they apparently explained at the beginning of the episode, but somehow I missed it.
I don't know. Like I enjoy watching the show. I think it's really fun. But afterwards, I have a hard remembering what happened.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a fun show. Don't get me wrong. And I try to make notes while I'm watching the shows. So I remember, things that caught my eye. And the impromptu surgery in the back of the SUV, that was fascinating. I was absolutely, utterly bothered to hell and back by the fact that he crushed up the blood pressure pill, put it in a glass of water, filled his little makeshift syringe, and then left the glass of water sitting on this guy's desk. That guy had already taken his blood pressure medicine for the day and came back and then drank that glass of water. That would be like catastrophic. And I was like really bothered by that.
He's a he's a technical genius. They never said that he was a people genius.
Right, yeah.
My face. I feel like a episode.
Yeah. Like every episode, one of us is sick. Gone, gone. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I
Wait till like the end. Wait till like January or February for me. You ain't seen nothing about sick yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually I get sick around October or November, hence this sinus infection.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's like I had the strep throat, what, 2 weeks ago now? Yeah, 2 weeks ago now, and it's like I haven't had strep throat in like 8, 9 years. So it was like a shock that I got it, and I used to get it all the time as a kid.
One of my friends got strep throat. Like, I wonder if that's one of those germs that's resurging.
Yeah, it seems like it because and one of my friends on Facebook, she's got strep throat now too. So maybe it's making a comeback. But I have to say, I loved the airbags they made with the fire hose and the body bags at the beginning of the episode when they were getting out of the burning building. That was awesome. I was like, I don't know if that would actually work, but that was awesome.
Well, all of their tricks are like, I don't know if that would actually work. But
um,
I don't know. It's just like a show, but it's hard to find things to talk about.
it is, but I don't want to drop it because I want to give it promotion so I can keep having this stupidly fun show to watch because that's literally what
That's
it is.
true.
It's stupid fun. Just like Lethal Weapon, but Lethal Weapon is actually more fun to talk about because there's more nuances in the characters beyond man pain.
It's true. So far,
Even though you
anyway.
know
I keep
Riggs' whole issue is man pain, but
thinking that they'll flesh stuff out.
yeah, I'm hoping this is early on in the first season, and
Well,
they're
see,
they're
also like
trying not to be
we were
the
just
original
talking
show at the
about
same time.
we were just talking about Lethal Weapon, and they're 3 episodes in, and they've done wonders with characterization.
Yeah, we're at with MacGyver. Wait, I do have something that was absolutely adorable. His little roommate, the wannabe movie director with his movie monster, and at the end with Mac with the little CGI balls all over his face being the monster, and I was just like, yes, I see that. That was character development. Please give us more of that.
It's true.
Yes.
CBS takes a long time sometimes to get around to character development.
Yes,
In
they
newer
do.
shows, they've been less maintaining that slowness. But this might be back on the old track where it takes like 1 minute at the beginning and 1 minute at the end, and then just
Yeah, or
action
it
in
could
the
also
middle.
be that where they're hoping, oh, well, the people who are watching this watched the original MacGyver and know what that show was about. We don't need to character development. Yes, you do.
But that's
yes.
lame and that's lazy. So I hope that's not what they're doing. Because I mean, lots of people watch MacGyver, but that show was flipping forever ago.
Like 20, 25 years ago.
Something like that. Like it was on when I was living in Japan when I was a kid. So it's a long time ago.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was back when I was still in Indiana. So. I didn't move around. I moved around a lot, just not as far as you did.
Yeah. What can I say?
Still, Japan. That's awesome. So yeah, not much to talk about on MacGyver. I love that they're giving the female IT girl a little more to do instead of just having her sitting in the background all the time. Because it's like, hey, she's the only female on the team besides your boss. Can we give her some kick-ass moments? And they did this episode because she was there with them when they went to rescue the whiny, annoying guy from the crime lords or whatever they were, and she kicked one of their asses when he stumbled out of the building. And then she got them into the office building where they got the blood pressure medication and got the injection so he could go pretend to die.
Yeah.
They gave her a little more to do this week than they have in the past 2 episodes, which made me happy because I was like, she's the only main female character. Let's give her some more story besides Jack dated her mom.
Yeah. And she kind of has an attitude.
Yeah, she was in prison for something.
Something that she won't talk about, but that she doesn't consider bad.
Right.
That's not character, that's biographical detail.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, can we know what she acts like beyond I have an attitude? Oh, and you dated my dad. I'm sorry, I'm being the atypical ditzy blonde. Becoming more blonde, you see? Almost all gone.
But yeah,
all right, one more show and we're done.
Just sort of flesh it out across the board.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Like their boss,
Jack, Mac, and the girl whose name escapes me a little more development, please.
The boss had a kick-ass moment in, what was it, last week?
Yeah.
And she admitted that they did the right thing even though it was not protocol, and that was great.
Right. Yeah, I do like that. They gave her something, and I still
about her.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know anything about who she actually works for that allows them to do this Phoenix thing that they're doing.
Yeah. Or even like, do we even know what her first name is? Like,
no, I don't know. Do we?
I don't know what her first name is.
I don't either. I can look it up. Let me see. Doing it quickly as I can, I promise. I should just leave Internet Movie Database open. Seriously.
MTV should just tell us, just volunteer information because it hears us talking.
Right? That'd be awesome. I think that's Sandra and Holtz, and I guess her name is Patricia Holton. Yeah, that seems right. Because his girlfriend was Nikki, right?
Yeah, Nikki was the girlfriend. The boss is Thornton.
Okay, then yeah, that's Patricia Sandiran Holt. Her name is Patricia, her first name. And then our attitude girl is actually Riley Davis. Yeah, we'll try to remember that. Not. Me and names don't work unless I've been watching this show long enough. Okay, so MacGyver.
Maybe she can pull a Burke off and just be like throwaway at the beginning and then the star of the show.
By the end, right?
She'd be like, dude, you can't do any of this stuff without me.
Right? They couldn't have. I'm sorry. The show would have ended after 2 seasons if they had cut Burkhoff out after the first season. Because that show, there's no way Nikita, Michael, and Alex would have been able to do half the shit they were doing in seasons 2, 3, and 4 without Burkhoff.
Well, like literally, they only existed as a team because he tracked them down,
somewhere to go,
gave them an awesome house, and bankrolled it.
Right. All right. So Aftermath, and then we're done, and you can go rest and take painkillers and hopefully feel better.
Oh God, I hope so.
I
Take
just
the
wanted
kids
to
to
point
school
out
tomorrow.
something.
Ugh.
We have 2 viewers.
One of them is probably me, but hopefully they're 2 that are not.
I do not have a YouTube window open today because I can't actually find the link to our YouTube video. I'm having issues over here so bad. There it is. Let's see.
Hello, viewers.
Okay, I had to mute me. Okay. Hello, viewers. Oh, that's so weird watching myself. Oh, come on. If you're actually watching us and it's me and Sam, please say hello over here in the peanut gallery. Okay, there I go, randomly waving. Come on, last show. We're going to talk about Aftermath now. So if anyone wants to talk to us, come on over. I don't think we're going to draw out whoever's watching us because it now says we have 3 viewers and I'm on there. So we do have a viewer that is not one of us.
Sweet.
Interesting. Okay, I closed it again because it bogs down my computer to have too many windows going. Aftermath. My first and foremost question is there is no way, it's not even a question, it's like literally a statement because I've read too many post-apocalyptic books and watched too many post-apocalyptic movies, done too much freaking research. There was no way that girl survived that freaking meteor strike or any of the people that were laying around the bus afterwards. There's no way.
Yeah, I know. Like, okay, when the meteor hit and she's like under the bus and she's like, ah! Like,
and all you see the fire flying by. I thought she would at least call out and you'd see people like burnt to a crisp around her. But no, you just see people crawling around and I'm like, no.
Like, how did that school bus have a force field? Because there is no way in hell the fire would not just have gone under the bus too.
Yeah, and scorched, and then she calls out from under the bus and you see the bus and it's pristine. No scorch marks, no burn marks, nothing. The glass is still whole. No, sci-fi, you got that wrong. No. That's
like they zoomed out and there was like a giant smoking crater where the town had been.
Yeah, and you can see like the lava flame for where the meteor struck. That wouldn't happen either.
Weird.
I would so not tell my friend David to watch this show because he's done so much research on meteor strikes for his books. And I've read all of his research, and that's why I know so much. And, I took away that, like, solar flares seem to be the cause of all of this, but then what's causing the meteors?
I don't know. But, they haven't gotten to the point where they've gotten to how any of this is happening yet.
Right.
Okay, it's fine. But, solar flares don't cause diseases.
No, they don't. So there's something else going on there. But then again, we can take it that maybe the meteors are causing the disease, but then the meteors didn't happen until after the hurricane and the earthquakes.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if this show is kind of one of those end of times dealies. Because they've already mentioned that in the show that there's a verse in the Bible about how you'll hear trumpets, and then at the very end of the first episode, they're all in the RV, and you hear trumpets on the radio, and the mom's like, "Don't say it."
It's literally every apocalypse. So if it's not end of times, what even is happening?
Yeah, exactly. Because now, because they keep showing the sun
struck down.
Yeah, they're being very adamant about showing the sun, which is what led me to believe that there's a cause, something to do with the sun is causing all of this, which technically, yes, the sun could cause the hurricanes, the earthquakes. I don't know so much about the disease, but it could also cause the meteor strikes if it's forced the earth to move because of gravitational pull.
Yeah, if gravity is messed up, that would explain a lot of it.
Yeah. But
I don't know. It's right now. It's like woo apocalypse. It's sort of like it's fun that it's all happening, but hopefully they won't draw out the why too long.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope they give us something a little bit more than just this is happening because it's happening. Please give us something a little more. Explain stuff because scientific minds like to be explained to. Um, I
For it to be
felt
science fiction,
absolutely
for it to be science
horrible.
fiction, it has to explain some of it.
Yeah, I felt absolutely horrible for their son because he shot the other kid because he thought the other kid was possessed, and it turned out the other kid had
Who's
schizophrenia.
schizophrenic, which is
Yeah,
why people when you're mentally ill in the apocalypse, especially when there's body possessing spirits running around.
yeah, you just don't know. And I felt like I was kind of thinking, I'm like, I don't think he's possessed because he wouldn't have been able to hide it for that long.
Yeah, none of the others did.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
one of the signs of schizophrenia is not feeling pain. And that's when I
yeah,
started thinking, I think there's something mentally wrong with this person. But honestly, I kind of hold the dad at fault because he should have said something like, hey, my son's got some issues.
and like they're going
His
through
medicine ran out. Yeah. You're
towns,
going through hell. You've seen demon possession. What are you thinking?
right? And like they're going through towns, they're scavenging supplies. He could have just said, "Can
Yeah.
we stop by a drugstore? I know what I need to get."
Right. Yeah, exactly. But no, he didn't. I'm not going to say anything.
And now his
What?
son is dead.
What, Mama? What?
Oh my god.
What? Okay. Yeah, the son. I feel horrible for the son because he thought, oh my god, this guy's possessed. I have to take care of him before he hurts my family. And then, oh my god, no, he was schizophrenic the whole time. And it's like this could have been called not happened if the dad had said something. Been like, hey, my son is ill. He doesn't get the crazy disease. He's schizophrenic. This is why he's acting this way. But no, he couldn't.
It's that same problem that a lot of shows have where people don't talk just because they need a plot point. Reason for him not to have said my son is sick.
Right. Because, like, I'm sorry, I get it. It's a plot device. Oh, we killed an innocent. Oh, no. I get it. It's a plot device, but it is an overused plot device. And I get really annoyed by that plot device.
It's an overused plot device and a needless one because
Right.
there's literally no other reason than the plot device for him to not say it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he had plenty of opportunities to say, "Hey, my son's sick," instead of plenty of opportunities when they were at the bus, the truck stop, the rest area. When they go to ask, "Can I borrow your car?" Plenty of opportunity.
And like he knew he was out of medicine, which means he had noticed that he's acting weird. So
Yeah,
he could have just given them a heads up. Like, it's the end of the world. Why are you going to risk your child like that?
okay. Sorry, she had to tell me something. Very important. It was very important. Well, go do that then. God, I'm almost done here, so I'll be ready when you're done. No, go. You're fine. We're almost done here. I'm trying to wrap it up for Sam's benefit here tonight. Mine too, kind of. My stomach hurts. We're going to be fun to watch come January when I'm sicker than crap. I just know it. Because I'll still try to do the show, and I'll be like,
when we're
what?
all drugged up and
Right?
coughing.
Well, you kind of talked to me last year when I was sick for most of February. Okay. And in conclusion for this episode, we had a flying demon thing take the horse. And our next episode has us involving, it looked like Mormons, or not Mormons,
Amish?
Amish, yes, which I didn't even know existed up in Washington. So
the dragon thing, awesome if it's a dragon.
Yeah.
Every time there's a horse on one of these shows, you know
You
something
know it's
terrible
gonna
is going to
die.
happen.
Yeah, you know it's
I
gonna
feel
die.
so bad for horses on end of the world shows.
Yeah, you do. It's like, come on, kill something else. It's like I got pissed earlier. Me and Barbara were watching Gotham. I got pissed earlier because the penguin killed a dog, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. Deal breaker. Sam agrees with me. I'm gonna finish watching it. It's a good enough show. I know it's all right. Shut up, Barbara.
I love that they're the Amish thing because people who already live without power and without these would be basically fine if everything collapsed. Smart.
Right. Okay. I am freezing. If you want to wait like 2 minutes, I will be right back. So I will be as quick as I can. Okay.
I think we should just sign off.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and sign off for the night because the computer is freezing and I can't stay anymore, and I have to reboot, and it takes 7 minutes to come back. And Sam feels miserable, I can tell. So we're going to go ahead and call it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next Tuesday. I know we said we'd be on the 15th, but real life demand that I be out of the house that night, so I can't be here.
Saturdays are so hard. So we need to find a different day.
Saturdays are really hard. Maybe we should discuss that when you're feeling a little better and figure out another night to discuss the DC shows, because that's basically what we're discussing on the other night. I am surprised the computer hasn't killed itself yet here. Knock on wood. But so we will be back Tuesday to discuss Lethal Weapon, Frequency, Designated Survivor, MacGyver, and Aftermath again. I don't know if there's any more shows being added into our Tuesday time slot.
There's a few more new shows this week, but I don't know which ones we're gonna talk about.
I
don't
can't
know
pull
which
up
ones
my
I'm gonna
list
catch.
to see what else I had on my list that start this week. I have so many shows on Wednesday nights. Please don't put any more shows on Wednesday night.
Right?
Like 6 hours worth of TV on Wednesdays. It's not even funny.
This is a new Monday.
So yeah, we'll be back Tuesday, same time, same channel. We'll put the links out probably as early as Monday. Yeah, we'll start posting Monday. I think would be good. And that's that for tonight. We'll see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I can't do anything. You're going to have to stop the broadcast.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.